Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm DarcyBits. Today with me is my lovely girlfriend B. We are playing Urza's Artificial Intelligence AI-generated magic cards versus real magic cards today on the show. Full disclosure, we've both been playing a lot of the MTG Arena release of Dominaria United. But today we are going to be playing with a sealed pool of Dominaria United cards piloted by B, and I will be playing with a smaller sealed pool of cards generated using the Urza AI Deckbuilder, with the only input being the Dominaria United as the deck name, because that's what the field is. And that is no color restriction, no card type specified, no mana cost specified. Simply make a card using the deck name Dominaria United. I haven't looked through my cards. B hasn't looked through hers yet. So we are going to jump right into deck building, looking through the cards. I'll be, looking at them as we go forward. I'll mute to B so that I can talk to everyone watching. And then afterwards, we will build our 40 card decks, and we'll play a best of 3. You excited, B?
Hey, excited, yeah.
Excellent. All right. For those of you watching the gameplay video, we'll see you in a little bit. Right. So I realized something I forgot to mention is B is using a 90 card pool, and I'm using a 45 card pool. This is because the deck builder creates very narrow variety of color. So whereas B is going to be throwing out half the cards in her pool because they don't fit into, because she's not playing 5 colors, presumably, I don't need to throw out half the cards in my pool to have strong color identity, and therefore I'm using a draft-sized pool of cards, if that makes sense, which is 45. So let's take a look. Pack 1. I've got a green card, a 5-mana 6/6 elemental with trample. It says Parisia Reignited. Can't be the target of a spell if you have a commander on the battlefield. Well, that's not going to come up. Whenever you cast a creature spell that's both green and white, that's very specific, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. I mean, that's a great card, even if it's just a 5-mana 6/6 with trample, so cool. Companion's Reward is a 3-mana instant. Create a 1/1 green Kithkin. Hey, that's actually appropriate, isn't it? There's Kithkin or Dominaria, I think. Are there? I think there's Kithkin and Dominaria, right? They don't really come up anything. Companion's Reward is a 3-mana instant. Create a 1/1 green Kithkin warrior creature token. Spell Mastery. If there are 2 or more instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard, you may search your library for up to 2 Kithkin cards. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. That's so cool! What? I don't think we're gonna see Kithkin, but that would be rad if we do. I'm into it. That's a, if we see Kithkins, this card is good. If we don't see Kithkins, it's not. Phyla's Justice is a 4-mana instant. Exile all artifacts and creatures you control. Create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. It has flashback of 1 and a blue. You may cast this card from graveyard if it has flashbacks cost, then exile. That is accurate, I believe, to how flashback works, so that's rad. Love to see that. Just that the reminder text is correct, because I don't have to worry about how to rule it. This card's bad, though. Exile all artifacts and creatures you control. Cool. Put that in the bad cards section. Scrutiny. Actually, I think I'll probably keep my colors, so that'll be the best way of doing that, I imagine. Scrutiny, 4-mana, instant, draw 2 cards. Scrutiny deals 1 damage to each opponent. I mean, for 4 mana, not great, but, not terrible. Ardor Charm is a 1-mana instant, choose 1, target player draws a card, okay. Prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to any target this turn, okay. Target creature gets +1/+1 until turn. Not great, but sometimes it's a useful combat trick. And other times you can cycle it. Ajani's Blessing is a 2-mana instant. Exile all non-land permanents that you control. Gain 3 life. Again, these Just burn your whole board spells. This one's not awful. If you have no permanents on the battlefield, then it's just gain 3, which is still not good, but like, I've seen worse cards. Multani's Shifting Wound is a 5-mana sorcery. Multani's Shifting Wound deals 3 damage to each creature, and you gain 3 life. Now there we go. That's some pretty good stuff. Green, huh? I guess I'm in green. Untamed Wilds is a 3-mana instant. Target player gains 3 life. Okay. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds an additional 1 mana of any color. This doesn't have a timing window, so it doesn't really work, right? If this said until the end of the turn, whenever a player taps a land, etc., this card would function, but this is just an illegal card, I think. So, that's a... Satyr Sentry is a 4-mana 3/3. It's a human warrior. Protection from white. Okay. Whenever a green creature enters the battlefield under your control, create a... Wow, okay. Yeah, that's rad. Let's go with that. Transmute is surprisingly loud, these cards. I don't know why that got so loud suddenly. Transmute is a 4-mana instant. Discard a card. You may pay 2. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that card. So previously I have been told that, if you copy a card as a token, the token automatically enters the battlefield as a permanent version of the card. This just, of course, only works if it is a card representing a permanent. Otherwise, it would fizzle and automatically go to the graveyard. I don't know if that's correct. I'll put this in the I need B's approval situation. It's still, what, 6 mana to make a copy of a card in your hand. It's basically 6 mana to put a card from your hand onto the battlefield, which, unless you get really expensive stuff, is not worth it. I guess it gives it flash. That's kind of cool. We'll put this in the, like, needs approval section. Oracle of Stones. Okay. 5 mana, Simic card. It's an avatar. Cool. 3/3. You may sack a land. If you do, draw a card. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. So this is a problem. It doesn't have a trigger for you may sacrifice a land. It's not like sacrifice a land, draw a card, right? It's not when it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a land if you do draw a card. So I think this card broke, unfortunately. It's also not that great anyway, so it's probably not a big deal. Elvish Battle Developer is a 3-mana Selesnya Elf Knight. Their power and toughness are each equal to the number of elves you control. Oh, elf tribal, okay. As long as you control 6 or more elves, Elvish Battle Developer has hexproof and indestructible. You may exert Elvish Battle Developer as though it had haste. I think that last line is just not real. This needs to go into the approval section. So this happens all the time, where we will play, and since the AI cards are a little janky, I will end up showing cards to B and asking her, hey, is it okay if I run this card after the draft? But I'll only show her the cards that need approval. Transmute. We already saw this card. It's this one, right? Where is it? There it is. Yeah, we got a second copy of Transmute. Cool. Skullkin Drake, a 3-mana 2/3 with flying. Gets +1/+1 as long as an opponent controls a creature with flying. Nice. Yeah, that's great, actually. Spells your opponent cast that target Skeleton Drake cost 2 more. This is a great card. Oh, yeah. Elvish Battle Developer. Oh, we already had... That's that same one. Again, need approval. We're going into pack 2. I'm sure B's, like, almost done building her set. The thing is, like, her deck. The thing, of course, is that the, we know the cards in Dominaria United decently well at this point, which I guess gives me advantage. Smelling Crow is a 3-mana 1/1 with flying. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell that targets Smelling Crow, draw a card. That's potentially useful, but probably not. Seagate Shieldbearer is a 3-mana Merfolk Soldier. They're a 2/3. They have 1 blue. Seagate Shieldbearer gets +1. Oh, only once per turn, but it's stay. It's a 3-mana 2/3 that can make itself a 3/4. Probably not worth it though. So I'll put it in the maybe pile. Massacreous Assault. I don't know that word, and I love it. 4 mana sorcery, control all artifacts and creatures. Let's go. Ixidor's Ruin is a 4 mana instant, exile target land. Its controller may search their library for a basic land, put it into the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. That's probably irrelevant. I don't expect it. Well, B might actually have non-basics because she's playing, a real set. Tragic Slasher, 4 mana human wizard, tap, target creature you control gains trample until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. I like this. Not amazing, but I like it. Hexproof. This spell's just called Hexproof. 3 mana instant, prevent all damage that will be dealt this turn. Metalcraft. Until end of turn, if you control 3 or more artifacts, create 2 colorless Thopter artifacts. What do you mean by create them until end of turn? I don't think that makes sense. Maybe they go away at the end of the turn? I think that's just broken, unfortunately. Ixidor's Ruin. Did we already see this one? 4 mana instant, exile target land, control may search. Yeah. That's this one. Getting a lot of duplicates in this set. Scholar of Bones. 2 mana, 1/1. Tap, draw a card. That's a great card. Love that card. Boros Riptide Cavalry. A 4 mana human knight. Whenever Boros Riptide Cavalry attacks, defending player gains life equal to its power. That's a terrible card that we're not going to run. Alright. Mind Games. 1 mana instant. Target player mills 5. Okay. Target player discards 2. Okay. Counter target is... That's a great spell. Alright. Falcon's Attendant is a 4 mana bird soldier. It's Simic. Flying. Can't be black because they have creatures with flying or reach. That's true. It's a 3/3, and when Falcon's Attendant enters the battlefield, you may return another target creature you control to its owner's hand. It's a May ability, so this is just a 3 mana flyer, 4 mana 3/3 flyer. So pretty good. Like that. Put it in this pile, I guess. Let's move these down slightly. Plague Dagger is a 2 mana 2/2 human shaman. His tap, target attacking creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Activate only during the declare attacker's step and only once each combat. You know what this is? This is enlist, but it's the other way around, right? It's like a creature may enlist Plague Dagger, right? That's what it is. That's so funny. Great, I like that. It's not amazing, but it's good. Collective Evaluation is a 3 mana instant, counter target instant or sorcery spell unless its controller pays 1. Great. Retain 2 1/1 counters on up to 1 target creature. I don't think that works. Retain is a word, I think. I'm thinking of detain, actually. I think we can't just ignore retain. You know, I'm going to Google what retain means, just in case. Okay, B's been having some connectivity issues. She'll probably be back in a second. Let me just double check that retain's not a real keyword. MTG retain. I don't think it is. No, retain's not a real keyword. Okay. If it is, let me know in the comments. 3 mana counter target instant or sorcery spell unless its controller pays 1. So we're just going to put that in the this card doesn't function pile. Just over here. Welcome back, B. Willa is a 5 mana 2/4 human cleric. They have vigilance, and when Willa dies, return. Yeah, it's fine. When Willa dies, return all other creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, wow. That's a refill right there. I like that. Una, who smiles at death. Okay, wait, that's 2 different cards, right? There's like, I don't remember what her name is, but there's the one girl is like a red card who smiles at death, and then Una is that blue-black fairy from... That's cool. 5 mana 3/3 fairy wizard flying. When Una, who smiles at death, deals combat damage to a player, exile that many cards from your graveyard. Not great. Tap, draw a card, then exile a card from your graveyard. That's kind of a cool ability. Draw a card? Yeah, it's not a cost either. So, like, if your graveyard's empty, you can still use it. But for 5 mana, yeah, that's in the maybe pile. I'm probably not going to be able to choose a ton. Like, I'm probably going to have to take every card that's decent. Eater of the Dead, 4 mana, 2/4, vanilla. Okay, cool. I'll put this in the maybe, actually, because you never know if you just need creatures. Command the Alliance is a 2 mana instant. Create a 1/1 white core ally creature token. Okay, those are more relevant than Kithkin's. Threshold, create a 2/2 white core ally creature token if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard. Precious Stretchers, create 2 1/1 white core ally creature tokens. Phased Transition. Until end of turn, all ally creatures get +1/+1 and get indestructible until end of turn. This card's awesome! Holy crap, this card's so cool! What? Okay, I mean, so, just to, like, be clear about the rulings here, right? The effect of the card is create a 1/1 white core ally creature token. Then, it has an ability word, Threshold. Threshold has no inherent rules, it just designates, it's like landfall, right? But Threshold is real, and it means that there's an effect that happens if 7 or more cards in your graveyard. Cool. Additionally, Precious Stretchers is an ability word. It's not a real ability word, but that's okay. It means create 2 1/1 white core ally creature tokens. Why does that mean that? I don't know. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Then there's a Phased Transition, which is an ability word, meaning until end of turn, all ally creatures get +1/+1 and get indestructible until end of turn. Or it means something in there, right? Like, ability words are just signifiers that there's going to be an effect that uses a formatting that all ability cards with this ability word use. Obviously, this is a one-of because it's an AI-generated thing, but it's not actually inaccurate. This is a totally legitimate card. That's so funny. The funny thing is, like, I guess if you did this instant speed, you could block really, really well, right? You'd make 3 or 4 ally creature tokens, and then give them all indestructible. Yeah. Yeah, it's for blocking. Oh, that's really clever. Okay, cool. Greenclaver Sentry is a 4 mana 3/3 Vidalcan Knight. There's no Vidalcans in Dominaria. When Greenclaver Sentry enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a Plains card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. As a 4 mana 3/3, not great ability, but it's not the worst either, I suppose. I'm okay with it. I think it's fine. Trade Routes is a 4 mana instant. Put up to 2 target artifacts you control on top of their owner's library. That's bad, but it's up to, so it's fine. If a player would draw a card, instead exile that card, then draw 2 additional cards. Again, there's no timing window. It's not until end of turn if a player would draw a card, so this card just doesn't function. Ravnican Defiler. Ooh, a red spell. That's weird. Eldrazi Drone, 3/2 for 3. Devoid. When Ravnican Defiler attacks, it gains flying and menace until end of turn. Can't be blocked. That's a pretty cool spell, actually. A 3 mana 3/2 that gains flying and menace, but only when attacking. I guess the menace part's irrelevant, because you don't really use that when you're not attacking, but this card's just not really playable because, not because it's bad, but because I don't think there's going to be enough red. There's clearly not enough red. Guardian of the Forgotten is a 1 mana 1/1. Okay. Transmute. Another Transmute? Alright. I think it goes in this pile. Moltani's Shifting Wound. Ooh, we already had it. We have a copy of this already. Yeah, it's 3 damage to everything. Great. And Undead Field Marshal is a 2 mana 2/2 human soldier with menace. Whenever a creature you control dies, that's great. That's awesome. So it looks like I'm going 3 color. Whatever these 3 colors are called. I don't know my real magic. I'm a newbie. Coastline Smuggler is a 4 mana 2/2. Can't be blocked as long as defending player controls an island. It's fine. Oracle of Stones is a 5 mana 3/3. You may sacrifice a land if you do draw a card. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Did we decide that that's an unplayable card because it tells you, gives you like a non-window? Yeah. Okay. So we got a second copy of Oracle of Stones. This is just like a quirk of the deck builder. I think that if you set it to commander, it will ignore you. I've read that that's not true, but it seems to be the case. Root Grapple is a 1-mana. Target creature you control gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn by enchanted creatures. That is very specific. I love it. Overseer of Silence is a 2-mana human cleric. Tap target non-creature artifact. It's probably irrelevant, but it is a 2-mana 2/2. And Mind Games, which is great. We already saw Mind Games. Phoenix Hawk, Shapeshifter, 2-mana. Phoenix Hawk gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Huh, that's a cool card. All right, we are ready to take a look at all the things. So good cards, we're looking at these ones. Now, I think one of them cares about elves, which I probably just don't have enough elves for that to be worthwhile. Let's take a look at that. Human Warrior, Human Shaman, Human Cleric. Where's that one that cares about elves? If it turns out that that one that I'm thinking of isn't an elf, that'd be really funny. Okay, it must be in the maybe pile, because I realized that it would be useless without elves. Oh, where is it? What the heck? Maybe it's one of these? Ah, Elvish Battle Developer. So let's see. This is an elf. This is an elf. I don't know why I put it in that area. Like, does this have a problem? Hard to put 2 elves you control as long as you control 6 or more. Ah, because of the final text, right? It has reminder text for nothing. So let's see. The Bird Soldier, the Dalkin Knight. Okay, I do want this card. This card's good. Eater of the Dead is probably bad. It's a yeah, it's bad. This card cares about Kithkins. We don't have any Kithkins. We can get rid of that. This one's in the maybe pile still. Then, of course, we've got discard a card, you may copy a token. Yeah, I don't really care if that's good or not, honestly. Yeah, I got 3 copies of this card. That's funny. Then we got the cards we're pretty sure can't be played. These cards which aren't relevant. What's this? Vidalcan Knight. Enters the battlefield. Search your library for planes. Put it in the battlefield. That's a maybe. That's probably fine. Human Pirate. Oh, I didn't grab these blue ones yet? What are these? Oh, these are maybes. Yeah, we gotta throw out the maybes. Overseer. Probably bad. Human Knight. Yeah. And draw a card. Yeah, probably bad. Probably bad. Definitely bad. We have 14 cards already. We need about 23, I believe. Okay. And we'll go through these ones. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Prevent all damage that will be dealt this turn by enchanted creatures. Might be okay. 5-mana 3/3. That's probably good enough. Exile target land. His controller may search their library for a basic land, put it in the battlefield. That's probably not good enough. Same one again. Seagate Showbearer, 4-mana 2/3. Gets +1/+1 until end of turn. That's
I have my
good
deck
enough.
ready.
Very good. I'm almost there as well. Feel free to, get yourself a drink of water. You sound a little scratchy.
Okay, yeah. I think so.
Cool. All right, and this one, draw 2 cards. It costs a lot, so it's probably not worth it. That's okay. So do we have enough elves to make this worthwhile? I think the answer is no, right? We don't have enough elves for that to matter, which is a shame because they're cool, but, oh well. If I just grouped all of these, how many is that? 14, 15, 19, 23, 24, 25. Okay. I want this in. That's a maybe. How many instant sources do I have that target things? It's still a 1/1. It's a flyer, though. It is a flyer. That's true. I have other flyers, though. I think that's fine. That's 20. Alright, so I'm going to have to run some of these. Exile a land, maybe. Exile a land again. Root grapple. This targets a creature. Choose one. Draw a card. For the next damage that we dealt, target this turn. Target creature gets +1/+1. I think I kind of want to do this and then put this guy back in. It's probably a bad idea. Well, actually. The cards check out. We'll just move these over here in case we need to look at them again later. And now I need to figure out how many of each color I have. Green, 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 white, 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 blue, 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 mixed, mixed, white, blue, 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 white. So it looks like we've got blue, then white, then green. I think it's blue, then white, then green. Ooh, I forgot to import my cards. Let's just do that real quick. My lands, I mean to say, sorry. AI Magic, AI Lands. There we go. Need one of these. Need one of these. We need one of these. Don't need those anymore. Group. That is 15. And I believe we want to take out, is it the green one? It's green, 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 green. I'm just trying to figure out how many lands I should have. I think against my better judgment, I'm actually going to do this. Yeah. All right. How do you feel about your deck? Did it come together well?
Yeah, I think so. I think it should be good, hopefully.
Cool. I'm not entirely sure about my deck. A lot of really good cards, a lot of really bad cards, as usual. I'm not sure if I have enough, like, creatures. So, you know, we'll see. I basically just took all the best cards and put them together and hope for the best. That's sort of the... That's as much as deck building as you can do when you only have 45 cards.